My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my ranking of the Equalizer trilogy from worst to best. And in last place, we've got The Equalizer. Look, this movie's not terrible, it's just very generic. Denzel Washington is great here, he carries this movie incredibly well. Chloe Grace Moretz, I also thought did a real good job, and I liked their friendship a lot, and that's why the first act really works for me. But everything after that first act is so unfocused. It's about this thing and then that thing, and you kind of forget about Chloe Grace Moretz entirely when she was the inciting incident. And to me, it just gets too muddled, and I get what they're going for with finding purpose in life, but I feel like they could have done it in a much more effective manner. You've got some decent action here and there, but yeah, overall, it's the worst of the bunch. The second best in this franchise is the Equalizer 2. It's kind of the inverse of the first movie because the first movie has a great first act and a bad last two acts, while this movie has a bad first two acts and a great last act. Like, for the first two acts, it's kind of boring. It's about this thing and that thing and this thing, and it's about a lot of things. It's very unfocused. But that problem gets fixed in the last act, where it really focuses up. I think Pedro Pascal is really great in this movie. He has so much personality. Denzel Washington continues to be very good. And like that scene where the one boy is hiding from the bad guys was really tense. And then the entire final fight in this abandoned town during a hurricane, it feels like a Call of Duty map brought to life, and that's a very high positive. That entire sequence is fantastic, it's entertaining, and they I always say you need to make action scenes memorable. Have them take place in stormy weather. Set them someplace interesting. Just do something with them. And this movie did that, and because it ends off on a stronger foot, it kind of redeems the movie for me. But the best of the trilogy is definitely the Equalizer 3. Because this is definitely the most consistent movie of the bunch. There's a very focused story here, which is a refreshing change of pace. I also loved how there was not a ton of action, but the action we do get is fantastic. It is brutal and graphic, and I like how he operates more like Batman, working from the shadows. That's a great aspect of this movie. And how they really show you the aftermath. I also thought this movie had lots of great performances from the supporting cast. Whether it's the girl from the cafe, the police officer, the kind man, doctor who takes him in, they all really stood out to me, and it just has this sense of community and trying to find peace in life, and how sometimes the bad people that will try to prevent that from everyone else, but how in the end, good triumphs over evil. And I really felt that here. Like the last 10 minutes, where you just get a sense of how kind and how good of a man Robert is, it's kind of inspiring. Like, he's an old man, he's wise, he's done so much good, and he's someone you want to be like, and he deserves to find peace. And I thought it ended on a very moving note. Dakota Fanning's character, for the most part, I thought was good, but unneeded. But then there's a reveal where I'm like, okay, nope, this really works for me on an emotional level. I also really like lots of the banter Robert has throughout this movie. It can be kind of funny at times, and there's lots of great dialogue. So yeah. Oh, and the cinematography. Yeah, this is one great looking movie. I love how this setting is brought to life, and the musical score I also really dug. It gave this movie some extra personality when needed. So yeah, like I think this is the best directed movie by Antoine Fuqua of the three. I think it's the best written. It's got the best action, the most emotion, the best performances. It's easily number one, and if you haven't seen it, apologies for giving a little bit away, but definitely give it a watch. But what's your ranking of the Equalizer trilogy? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,